Hey guys, just got back my second ever PSA submission from Ludkins, and I just wanted to share with you the results. I've already checked these all out. I was too excited to wait for a video. But hopefully in the future I can actually do a live opening for you guys. We'll go ahead and get started. You got Rocket Sneak Attack from the Team Rocket set. This is the Japanese copy. Just really enjoy this artwork by Ken Sugimori. Beautiful looking card. Great holo. Great holo. Next up, we have a Squirtle Gem at 10 and a Charmander. Only pulled a 9. Still great looking card. These are both from the red-green gift set. You can buy those. I think they came with 2 decks that you could play against each other. Had some really cool looking holos in that set, but these are, I believe, vending. These arts come from the vending series. The way you can tell the difference is that these are just normal card stock. The vending series are all glossy, so that's how you can tell the difference. But yeah, excited that these both came back pretty high grades. I have a bunch of others that are kind of mint condition just like these, so if there's anything you're looking for in that set in particular, let me know and I can send them to you. I just sent these off to get graded since they're starters. Pretty cool Japan exclusive artwork as well. Next up, we have Pikachu from McDonald's, and he's not complete without the associated lightning energy. So I'm not really too familiar with how this release worked. I just know that they were from a McDonald's promotion. I don't know if these came together, but it seems that way given that most Japanese sellers will usually sell the Pokemon with the associated energy type. You can get, there's a fighting for Larvitar, there is a water with Squirtle, and a fire with Charmander. And so I'm probably going to complete that set if I can. Was really excited to get these grades back. I bought them for probably like PSA 8, PSA 9 prices. The seller uploaded really clear pictures, gave a pretty good description of the cards, so I might have to follow back up with him and see if he's got anything else on there, but yeah, really excited these pulled 10s. Next up, we have Starmie from Split Earth, another Japanese release. I think it is Skyridge, I want to say, or it might be Aquapolis. I can never remember with this one. I do have the reverse holo English version, but it's just like skipping my mind what set we got it in over here. Still really cool. First edition, not super special at this point. Japan kind of got it kind of opposite with us when it came to first edition. They pretty much stamped it on everything. It's really hard to find unlimited over there. But still, just a really cool card. Really glad I got a 10. I think I paid like $9 for this a couple of years ago. Bought it from another Japanese seller that just took kind of blurry pictures, but I always wanted this card in holo, and it's way cheaper than trying to buy a raw copy online for the English version. So when I got this card, I was really excited at how great the condition it was in, and I'm just really happy I pulled the Gem Mint 10. Beautiful card to add to the set. Next, we have Typhlosion. This is another one of these cards. This whole stack, well, most of these cards were just cards that I got for super. Okay. The Pikachu and the Lightning, not super cheap. Those were more in line with mint copies, but the other ones, like, I think I got this as part of a huge collection where it was like about $1 a holo that I ended up paying. Same thing, these guys all came in that set, and I think those were even cheaper than $1. So really excited with those grades. That was one of my first big great purchases when I started selling on eBay. But this guy, I think I got him, and I got another one they both cost about $5 a pop. And I only graded one this time. I'll probably grade the other next time. But yeah, came back as a Gem Mint 10. Just needed a friend to hang out with Lapras. Thought this Typhlosion looked really cool. Was excited to grade something on my own and get the 10. So look forward to seeing another one of these in the future, probably. Last for the Japanese cards, we have the Mouthful Red's Pikachu Pokemon Center 20th Anniversary Campaign, I think is what it is. Japanese Sun and Moon promo 2018, 270. Yeesh, this one's a mouthful, but I think pretty much everybody is aware of this card at this point. I bought these when the price bottomed out. I want to say 5, but I don't know if it ever got that low, but I bought 3 of them. Just sent off the first one, which is this one. We'll keep this in my collection. pretty awesome looking card. I'm really excited. I think I'm going to start collecting the full art trainers that are coming out in English now. Those are all really cool. Last but not least, got the Gem Mint 10. So as you can see, I got 10s on everything except for that Charmander. So I was really close to getting perfect. I think my previous submission was 5 cards and 4 came back as 10s and 1 came back with a really weird nick that wasn't there initially. But you know, PSA is known for doing that, known for messing up Gem Mint 10 cards. But anyway, so I got this card out of a 10 and I was really shocked at, you know, great centering, back had no whitening. I bought it mostly just because I really like this art. I wanted this card and I saw the 10. I was like, hey, we'll get some packs with it. Didn't think I'd get a Gem Mint 10 copy, but that's what happened. I kind of went crazy when Shining Legends came out, bought everything they put out, bought all the wanted to grade all the promos, but not a single one came out that was centered correctly or didn't have whitening present, so I was disappointed there. And likewise with all the cards I opened, I pretty much got all of the Shinings and the test tube Mewtwo, and not a single one is grade worthy. I mean, they'd all probably pull like 9s or an 8, but I was really wanting Gem Mint 10 out of these, especially if you're just opening brand new product. The amount of issues they had was kind of ridiculous. Everything was either off center or already had whitening straight out of the pack. So a little disappointed with that set. Hoping this is a sign of improved quality control, because honestly I haven't bought a whole ton since then. I just buy random packs every once in a while. I think Hidden Fates is the new one that's going to have all the Shinings, so I might jump back in there and test my luck again. Kind of go ahead and get started with the submission I'm going to send off. So that's everything. Went 8 for 9, Gem Mint 10. And so this will be the cards that I send off next. I'm going straight English with this submission. I got kind of lucky mixing this in with a bunch of Japanese cards, because Japanese cards grade really well, mainly because they do a really good job at standing the test of time. And so putting them in there with English is kind of unfair, because English can just get tiny little nicks. You won't notice those on Japanese cards, but for whatever reason, English cards, they can just pop up and drives you nuts. So the advice is always English together, Japanese together, don't mix them, because you don't want them to look at a Japanese card that's Gem Mint 10 and then look at something that they would normally give Gem Mint 10 and say, well, actually the corners rounded a little weird on this one, so maybe it's not. That's a way to get worse grades than what they really should be. Mainly because of all this is just subjective. But we'll kind of go over what I'm going to send off next. Pulled this Darkrai EX out of a pack. Centering on it looks good. The back looks pretty good. There's like a little bit of whitening there. I don't know if that'll be enough to drop it from a 10 to a 9, but expecting at least a 9 on this. With all of these, except for the exception of one, I'm expecting bare minimum 9s, hopefully 10s. Next up we have Tate and Lisa, just trainer supporter. Really nostalgic for these two gym leaders. Well, gym leader all in one. When I got back into playing the games, Emerald was kind of what I started with. And so ran into these guys and it was like hitting a brick wall. So very memorable for me. Really glad to get this card. Really clean. Doesn't look like it. There might be a touch of whitening down there. I think the rest of the stuff that's like on the border is actually just dust. So I'll give these a cleaning off for us and then back to Charlie. Next up we have a Shining Ho-Oh, just decently centered. So this is the one Shining Legends card that came through for me. The only one, and I bought so many Elite Trainer boxes, so many. And this is the only one that I thought, this one has a shot. I mean, the rest would be probably 9s, but I'm going for the Gem Mint 10. Next up we have a Manectric, and I'm pretty sure the one underneath it is the same. Got these straight out of their package. Group of 10, unopened. Try to pick out the ones with the least amount of whitening or anything. I think these have good shots at 10s. Bare minimum 9s, hopefully 10s. I'm not seeing anything, so hopefully PSA doesn't see anything. Really just cool looking cards. Next up, yep, okay, Charmanders. Bought these for like 15 bucks. raw from a guy. He described them as near mint, just took pictures of the front, and then I asked for pictures of the back, and he sent them. And I was even more shocked because, hey, the back is really clean on these. Might have a little bit of whitening, kind of just depends on what angle you're holding the card at. But I bought 3 of them. Gonna send these 2 off to get graded right now. The other one has a touch more whitening, so probably a 9, but I think these have shots at 10s. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. The front was really clean. I was really surprised. When I saw the backs, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy these even though the front picture is still not super clear. When I got them and looked at them in person, I couldn't see any scratching on the hollow, so really excited to see what grade these pull. Next up, yes, Electivire. Also got these straight out of a pack they all came together in. I think it was 10 of them. 9 out of the 10 are grade worthy. The last one has a touch of whitening that I think would probably drop it to a 9. I'm hoping just to get 10s on these. Pretty good centering. Might have a little bit of whitening on this one. Hard to tell. Hopefully not enough to drop it from the 10 range. But yeah, if we get a 9, we get a 9. But still hoping for 10s on these. Really cool cards. Next we got Salamence. Bought this from a guy who said it was a 9 potential 10, strong 9 potential 10 candidate. I'll just leave that in there. It's not coming out. The only thing I noticed on this is that it's got 2 little spots of whitening, which aren't huge. So yeah, there's a chance that this could pull a 10 because whitening doesn't automatically knock it out of 10 range with PSA. I looked at the front. The front is really clean as well. So just another Rita to add to the collection, hoping for a 10. Last but not least, this is the guy I'm most unsure about. Shining Gyarados. You look at it and say like, hey, look, yeah, this guy's gonna get a 9. He's great. And that's not really the case. You really have to look at this guy a little bit closer. So the guy I bought this from also bought the Salamence, and he thought this looked more like a 8 with a strong chance of a 9. And after getting it, looking at it, you know, it was kind of dirty. Luckily, I took a Q-tip and got a little damp and kind of was able to brush off most of the dirt that had kind of just stuck to the card over the years. But you know, there's a little more whitening going on with this card. I'll go ahead and take it out so we can see it up close. But there's a little more whitening going on with this card. I initially noticed scratching up here is actually noticeable even when the light's not hitting it directly. Back shows a little wear, just some more whitening. There was like dirt all over this. There was like dirt in the yellow parts that you could see, and so luckily I was able to wipe those off. Didn't really leave a trace, so always helps to kind of try to clean up these older cards before you send them off. Not to alter them, but just to kind of get them back to their original state without all the dirt sitting on them. Hollow looks okay until you kind of, and I'll zoom in here so you can see it. It's got vertical scratching all up and down it. So that's what I'm thinking is going to make this a probably a 7 or 8. Hard to tell. It's easy to tell when you're looking at a mint card and saying, yeah, that should be a 9 or a 10, but when you're looking at card scratches, who knows how PSA is going to interpret those and what kind of grade they're going to want to give it. But yeah, nothing too wrong with this, just the vertical scratching. Still looks great when you're looking at it straight on. So hoping for an 8. If I get a 7, I won't be surprised. If I get a 9, I will be surprised. So we'll just kind of see how this one shakes out. But yeah, that's kind of it for now, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I'm going to start trying to send these off more often so that every month I'll be getting kind of back a stack kind of like this, hopefully. Some of these will be for sale, so watch my eBay. Likewise with these, some of these I'll be keeping, some will be for sale. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and looking forward to bringing you more of this stuff in the future. Thanks.